So, welcome this afternoon, or this morning, or this evening, depending on where you are. And I do want to share that I have had, which is kind of interesting, I've had no real internet service this week until today. The internet is back up, and then I'm told now that it's going to go back down tomorrow. So, I thought it was kind of amazing to still be able to do this live stream, but I'll say that if all of a sudden it ends, you'll know that they started work early. But what I wanted to do today was make an announcement that starting in January, we'll have some events. And if there's a location that you know of that would be advantageous, I'd love to come visit your area. So you're welcome to share here. But we'll be coming to Greensboro, North Carolina, I believe on January the 20th and the 21st, and have two events. One will be a shorter event, kind of an introductory event, and then the larger, more substantive event will be on the 21st. And the topics are going to be hidden addiction, self-healing, and purpose. And I'll have to share a little secret that I had, and that was I was reluctant to get involved with hidden addiction. It's a really big issue, and I wasn't sure that that was how I wanted my footprint to begin, because I know everything that I'm focused upon right now is dealing with self-healing and your purpose. And so hidden addiction was kind of, I don't know, it was kind of a little bit of a mental challenge for me to overcome. And what I know for sure is that I know so very little. And so I have had all these occurrences where people were seated next to me and started to share how they don't normally share, that they just left an addiction center process and an addiction recovery program, and that they don't normally share about their addiction issue, that they were wanting to share when they came and sat next to me. And there have been so many that I will say that more often than not, when I bring up addiction, the person that I'm talking to will tell me about someone that they know in their immediate, either in their immediate proximity or in their immediate family, that have addiction issues. So I've come to recognize that it's a much bigger issue than I'd really thought about before. And so what then happened about, 10 days ago, is I had someone that was visiting me, and they shared something that I'd not considered before. And it allowed me to envision a pathway for me to dive into this addiction issue, and a way that it could be presented, and a way that would allow all the other issues to be presented as well. And what I'll share is that I could never see the correlation between the two other avenues that I knew I wanted to discuss. And really, it's discussing with the elders, because without their insights, my insights wouldn't be of the value, and they're not of the value, but they are more or less now, because I've embraced the elders' insights. And when I don't understand something, or something is asked that I can't answer, I just yield to what the elders will say, and they address the situation most seamlessly. But what I discovered in all of this was that these addictions, and I call them hidden addictions, because they're an addiction that you may not immediately come clean about with someone else, or maybe you've never even shared that you have this issue with, say, your significant other or your best friend. And so you have this burden, and you need to get resolved to this burden, what I'll suggest, in order to truly self-heal. So the first hub would be the addiction and the recognition. Really, it's the initial recognition that you have an addiction. And then the wanting for this addictive nature to be discoverable and manageable and eliminated, really, by you. And then to move into the self-healing quadrant, or the self-healing component. Because if you have an unaddressed addiction, how can you truly self-heal if you're still propping up this other enterprise, let's say? Then you really can't truly self-heal, right? If you're still harboring addiction and addiction sort of practices. And so then addiction moves to self-healing. And the reason that you want truly to self-heal is so that you can get about enacting your purpose, which is a much bigger objective than many recognize. And if you don't address and deal with a means of self-healing, then you may have latent energy or negative energy trapped within your body. And that negatively stored energy is the beginnings of disease and illness. And so in this way, you're sustaining your body, sustaining the body vessel, so that you can enact your purpose. And your purpose, and what we talk about here, is your original purpose, and some know as the divine purpose. But it's the reason that you, or your soul, really, chose to incarnate and spend time in this earth experience. And so when you can see that everything is a pathway leading to that understanding and the ability to know why you're here, then you can move about implementing and enacting what you sought to understand once, perhaps before you came here. So anyway, this is a relatively short broadcast, and I look forward to the opportunity to share more. So these will be discussed on Friday, the 20th of January, and then the actual event, the workshops, the programs, however you want to term them, will be on Saturday. And so check us out on advancedenergetics.org to read more about all of this. But we're going to live stream this event as well as have this event be in person. So you can sign up in any number of ways, and we're getting ready to have a new website up and running in a few days or next week, just depending on when it's ready. And so you'll be able to find more information there if it's not currently as detailed as you'd like it to be now. So thank you for being here today and hearing this update, whether it's live or later. Both work. And let me know if you've got questions at some point in the future. We'll be taking a break for the next couple of weeks, and I'm grateful because I don't know how long this situation with my internet is going to continue. But I'm going to try some steps to see if I can get around, depending on the way things are streamed right now in my home and in my home office. So, all right. Well, thank you for joining today, and I look forward to engaging in the new year. Have a wonderful holiday season. Merry Christmas to those who celebrate that, and Happy Hanukkah to those who celebrate something else. And just happiness. in this lifetime as you move beyond kind of what we might normally say is a routine life, but looking now for something more. Thank you.